Today's grammar lesson starts on page 34 of your grammar textbook. That is page 34. We are going over the parts of a sentence: subjects, predicates, and complements. We'll work through the diagnostic preview first, identifying subjects, verbs, and complements. Identify each of the italicized words and word groups in the following sentences as a subject, a verb, a predicate adjective, a predicate nominative, a direct object, or an indirect object. So in the first one we have you ever met a robot? You is the italicized word right there, and it is a subject. Number 3, today these machines are put to work in factories, laboratories, and outer space. Are put is a verb. Number 5, there are a number of interesting early examples of robots at work. Number is a subject. Number 7, it raised a hammer and struck a bell every hour. Bell is a direct object of hammer. What did the hammer strike? A bell. And number 9, Electro was tall, more than 7 feet high. Tall is a predicate adjective. Moving on to page 35. Sparko was Electro's dog. Dog is a predicate nominative. Number 13, today some of the simplest robots are drones in laboratories. Some is a subject. And number 15, they can be useful in many ways. Useful is a predicate adjective. When you look at exercise B, classifying sentences according to purpose, we're looking for punctuation for the following sentences with the appropriate end mark. So continuing with the odds, step up and say hello to Beetle. There should just be a period. And number 19, it can travel on long legs across rough terrain as rapidly as 35 miles per hour. Should just have a period. Moving down page 35, the question is, what is a sentence? It's a word group that contains a subject, a verb, and expresses a complete thought. A sentence fragment is a word or word group that is capitalized and punctuated like a sentence, but does not contain both a subject and a verb, or does not express a complete thought. Moving on to page 36, there's some more examples of sentence fragments and sentences. And then we have the oral practice, which we may cover in class. Moving on to page 37, we have subjects and predicates, how to tell the difference. Sentences consist of 2 basic parts, subjects and predicates. The subject tells whom or what the sentence or clause is about, and the predicate tells something about the subject. And there you have examples where you see the sentence divided into subject and predicate. You also see examples where the predicate comes before the subject. These are complete subjects and complete predicates. Page 38. I want you to complete the evens. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You can pause to finish this assignment. Okay, moving on to page 38, the subject, the main word or word group that tells whom or what the sentence is about, is called the simple subject, and it gives examples there of complete subjects and simple subjects. Page 39, we're moving on to predicate. The simple predicate or verb is the main word or word group that tells something about the subject, and it gives you examples of simple predicates like snare, and complete predicates like snare their prey in intricate webs. Also gives you the listing of commonly used helping verbs. Page 40, we have identifying verbs and verb phrases in the sentences. I want you to do the evens. You may pause to complete this exercise. When you are presented with the task of finding a subject, make sure you look for the verb first and then ask who or what before the verb. So we have, my cousin from Finland will arrive this afternoon. Will arrive is the verb. Who is arriving? My cousin. So that makes my cousin the subject. On the other side of the brook stands a cabin. The verb is stands. What stands? A cabin stands. This gives you the example of when the subject sometimes follows the predicate. Page 41. We have identifying subjects and verbs. This exercise, you will do the odds. Do the odd numbered sentences in exercise 3. You may pause to complete this assignment. (2E), we talk about the subject of the verb is never in a prepositional phrase. A prepositional phrase contains a preposition, the object of the preposition, and any modifiers. Remember, the trick is to think of a box. If the word works with a box, then it's probably a prepositional phrase. Prepositions show location. So for the team, on the top shelf, on the box, of the box, at the box, through the box, along the box. If it works, it's a preposition. Page 42, we're identifying subjects and verbs. You will do the odds on page 42. You may pause to complete this assignment. Page 43, we have complete sentences by supplying complete predicates. You will finish each of the following sentences by adding a complete predicate. We will do this in class. We will skip review A on page 43 and move on to page 44, where we have sentences beginning with there or here. When you have a sentence that begins with there or here, while they may begin a sentence, they are never the subject. Often there or here is used as an adverb. So in the examples we have, there are your gloves. Gloves are the subject. Gloves are. Here is my nephew. Is your verb. Who is? Nephew is. See how that works? Then moving down page 44, we have sentences asking questions. Questions usually begin with a verb, a helping verb, or a word such as what, when, where, how, or why. In most cases, the subject follows the verb or part of the verb phrase. So, where is your parakeet? Is your verb. What is? Parakeet is. Page 45, you will do the evens in exercise 6, and then we are complete. Good luck.